Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyervip.com for non-boxing picks. I'm making this video on December 19th, 2015. I believe this is the day of the fight, right? Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. I like Joshua Clottey, the favorite. He's a minus 180 over Gabe Rosado. Let me say a few things about Clottey. First, Clottey, who in my opinion beat Miguel Cotto back in the day, is a guy with a passive defense, right? At least historically. Now, one of the more impressive performances I've seen over the last, let's say, 2 or 3 years was Clottey's destruction of Anthony Mundine, a fighter I think is much better than advertised. Right? Clottey surprised me, perhaps Mundine, by his level of aggressiveness and open fight style in that match. Historically, though, Clottey is a guy who has a passive defense. You come to him. He doesn't like to be on his front foot, right? He's a counterpuncher. That's how he sees the world. So he's hoping you come forward, you throw into his forearms, right? He's hoping to have you literally walk into the pocket so he could then counterpunch you to death. And his counterpunching is the kind of counterpunching that can beat even a Zab Judah. Look up that fight from years ago. Now, even though Clottey hasn't fought a lot recently, I'm just telling you he earns the nickname the Grand Master. Right? This is a guy who is a master chess player, and as shown by the Mundine fight, even though he hasn't been in the ring a lot, he's in tip-top shape. He's that veteran who trains year-round. And because he values defense, and because he blocks your punches and doesn't take a lot of punishment, he's exactly the kind of veteran who will age well in the ring. Now, what he has is a hyper-aggressive Gabe Rosado in front of him, right? Rosado is the opposite of Joshua Clottey in terms of his temperament, right? He's a lead puncher. He wants to do unto others and then win. Right? He's not waiting for you. He's coming forward. He's emptying the gun. Right? He's the guy creating the action. He's prepared to bang with you. He's exactly the kind of opponent that a counterpuncher like Clottey wants to fight. Right? I think Clottey is underrated. I have him on my radar as the kind of boxer I would take over many of the bigger names in the sport, right? I think this is the start of something big. I like Clottey here at the minus 180, right? I don't even plan to hedge the play. I'll concede that Rosado hits hard, right? But I think Clottey is so skilled, I just haven't seen the Clottey fight where Clottey has been hit flush and has been in danger of getting stopped. Let me also say this too, and I don't say it lightly. If you go back and you look at Clottey against, I believe it was Carlos Baldomir, and understand, Clottey was brought into that fight to lose the fight, right? Clottey was the unknown guy. Clottey was the guy who was the heavy underdog, right? And you know the rest. That fight's questionable to me, because Clottey, in my opinion, was beating Baldomir in that fight. I don't know how we reached a point where Baldomir was awarded that fight, right? Look at Clottey Manny Pacquiao. People need to understand how hard Manny Pacquiao punches. Manny Pacquiao has prodigious power, right? This is a guy who dropped Shane Mosley, for crying out loud. Right? You saw what Manny Pacquiao did to Chris Algieri. Now, I know Manny Pacquiao, as he rose up in weight, lost a little bit of punching power. But it's noteworthy that as Pacquiao dominated Clottey, right? I want you to revisit that fight. Clottey's never in danger of hitting the canvas. Not only that, as fast as Pacquiao was that night, and I would say it's one of Pacquiao's better performances, right? Pacquiao is blisteringly fast that night. As fast as Pacquiao was, it's noteworthy that Clottey figured out how to land an uppercut on Manny Pacquiao. That's how good Clottey is on timing guys as they jump in the pocket. Now, Gabe Rosado is nowhere as fast as Manny Pacquiao. By the way, Clottey lands that uppercut on Manny Pacquiao repeatedly in the fight, and Pacquiao doesn't make any adjustments, right? That was the tip-off that Floyd Mayweather, who's the ultimate in adjusting to another fighter's style, was going to beat Pacquiao. But let me say this. Gabe Rosado isn't anywhere as hard to hit as Pacquiao. Understand, Pacquiao moves his head when he's at his best, right? He's coming in low. You can't really lean into fight Manny Pacquiao because his power is so sudden and his power is concussive, right? Manny Pacquiao knocked down Miguel Cotto multiple times when they fought, right? Let's just say Joshua Clottey, who went the distance with Pacquiao, doesn't face a similar challenge with Gabe Rosado, right? Rosado is a big guy, unlike Pacquiao, right? So, the angles line up better, right? He's a big guy. He's going to be right in front of you. He's not going to be subtle. He's not a jitterbug coming in and out of the pocket, bouncing to the sides. No, he's pretty much a straight-on fighter. The fact that you're getting Clottey in this fight at less than a -200, to me, makes this fight very bettable. I like the risk reward. I'm taking Clottey over Gabe Rosado. Good luck. I hope you cash all your tickets.